I never in a million years thought I would grow up to be a psychic medium, ever. I mean, as a little girl, that never even crossed my mind. My dad really had it in his mind. I was going to grow up and be some big CEO and make tons of money, because he believed that's what success was having a lot of money and running big corporations, which is kind of funny because he was actually a social worker. So interesting paradox there. And I became a CPA for Price Waterhouse in San Francisco, and then was married, moved to Washington, D.C. I worked for Ernst & Young as a CPA in their environmental consulting department. I followed the rules, I did what I was told, and I became this accountant. Well, at age 37, after 12 years of marriage, my husband died, and I became an instant millionaire. And as you can see, it didn't make me happy. It was so not about having the money. You know, I felt guilty. I felt shame. I wanted to give it back because I would have done anything to have my husband back. But instead, I got the prize of being a millionaire. So as you can imagine, this was just not something that I was proud to tell people about, that, you know, the way to my wealth was through the death of my husband. Then it was something to worry about. I was worried I was going to lose it. I was worried about who was going to help me take care of it. I was worried that this would be the last money that would ever come into my life. It wasn't until I started my business, Art of Living Happy, that I was really able to start seeing that I could use this money to help other people. So when I turned 44, that's when I quit my accounting job and I started Art of Living Happy, and I started using my money to help more people. And I can't tell you how gratifying it's been to spend my money this way. It helped me write my book. And again, receiving messages from people that have read my book and say, oh my gosh, you've opened my eyes. You've changed my life. Thank you so much. Money cannot pay for that. Money cannot give you those feelings. Like wanting more money in your life doesn't bring you happiness. Yes, it might make things a little easier. It might make things less stressful, as far as I didn't have to worry about where the next food was going to come for to put on my children's table, or, how could I pay for my children's education, because it was going to be covered. But there are so many other things involved with money. So I talked to my angels and to my guides, and they gave me three tips about money that I wanted to share with you. One is that money is energy. That's it. We get all wrapped up about all the other things involved with money and what money's going to do, and money's bad and money's evil, and all these crazy thoughts about money. But really, they said money is nothing more than energy, and it's a way to be able to exchange energy with somebody else. And so if we can really let go of all the baggage around the money, then we can move forward. And that the second thing they said, your belief around money creates the flow or the lack. So if you're constantly thinking, oh my God, I need more money, I don't have enough money, guess what universe hears? They don't have money, they don't have enough money. That's what they're creating. They want to create that. So that's the only thing that universe can give you, because you're planting the seeds for not enough, for lack. You're planting the seed of the universe not providing anything. Whereas if you were to turn that around, and nothing has changed in your experience except for your words and your thoughts about money, and saying, I'm so thankful for what I have. I love what I have right now. I am so grateful and appreciative of everything that I have in my life. I mean, can you feel that energetic difference? That you're not gripping and trying to force the energy into your life. You're allowing it to flow because it's there. I was shown this image of the ocean, and that it's all about the abundance. Imagine money and abundance is the ocean, and you can walk down to it at any time. You can bring a teaspoon with you to take it out, to take the water out. You can bring a cup with you. You can bring a bathtub. As many people as you want could go to the ocean and take out the water, and there would still be enough. It's endless. There's plenty for everybody. So just because one person has it, it doesn't mean that other people can't have it. We can all have it. It's just about our thoughts. So our belief around money creates the flow, whether it's lack or abundance. That was the second thing. And the third thing is guilt, shame, fear. It can only create unhappiness around money. And that's what I felt around the money that I received. And so how could I be happy receiving this money? Again, it's my thoughts were creating that lack of happiness, because until I could shift my feeling around the money and be grateful that it was in my life and that I could use it for the wonderful things that I'm using it for now, that's what shifted it for me. It's just about using my resources to help more people, because that is really what brings happiness. So the other thing they said is how to embrace the money. The first thing is knowing that money is an unlimited resource, which I just talked about. That endless flow can take as much as you want because it's available to you, but you just have to change your thinking about it and know that it's flowing all around you. So the other thing about allowing it to flow into your life is to uncover your true desires and take action. That's the key, is you really have to take action toward what it is you want. Because if you have all these great ideas and these desires, but then you think, oh no, they're too big, or oh no, I can't, I could never leave this job that I hate and pursue something I really love, guess what? You never will. But if here's another tip. If you're in a job you hate, there's something wrong. You shouldn't be hating your job. You shouldn't be hating your life. We're here to be happy. So if you're not happy, it's about uncovering your true desires and taking action toward that. And then the last one is allow circulation of money. And this is for those of us that have money, and then we feel like we have to hoard it because you feel like you're never going to get any more. And I have a really, again, poignant story about this, because my father, who was all about creating money and hoarding it and keeping it, and I mean, it was sad in retrospect, because he would show me these spreadsheets he put together, and he's like, look how much money I've made. And he was all into the stock market and making more and more. And that was all well and good, except for the fact, even his accountant said, you need to start spending more money because you're going to have a big tax burden. But my dad just felt like somehow he was building this huge empire. Well, unfortunately, he went in for some elective surgery. He was 74 years old and ended up with an infection and died. And it was so sad, because he was a very vibrant man. He did smoke, so that was really the baseline of what had happened. But he was a vibrant, wonderful man. And then because of this infection, it just shut his whole body down, basically lack of circulation within his body. So about a month after he died, I was fast asleep in bed, and it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. I just got this overwhelming sense to wake up and to go and start channeling some information. And it was my dad. And he was coming through, and he's like, oh, Lisa, I am so sorry. I totally got it wrong when I was on earth. He said, I thought, money, it was all about success, was having money. But first of all, it wasn't. Success is happiness. But he said the problem is he kept all of his money and didn't circulate it. And he said what happens is that then your body reflects what it is that you're doing with the energy outside of your body. So he literally, his physical body recreated what he was doing with the energy, money in his life, which was not circulating it. And so his body shut down after this infection and just couldn't get rid of the infection. And so that is how he died. And that was interesting to me, that the angels, my guides, had said that you must allow the circulation of money in order to have more of it flow to you. Because if you're hoarding it and keeping it to yourself, it doesn't work. Take care. With love and blessings.